man. Good stream though. Oh. Right, are you guys going to be ready?
As possible.
Right, let's go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Go Name Live.
What the fuck is that accent?
Jangles. Oh, Jangle. I'm just kidding. No, I am one of your hosts, Duchess, with my two fantastic co-hosts, Jay, aka KVTV, aka Clown Vapes, and this fucking dickbag over here, Sloane, aka the Cloud Cartel. We got a little bit of a show for you guys today, so we appreciate you guys all coming out. But before we get into anything at all, I want to know what you guys are vaping on. So, whoever wants to go first.
All right, I'll go. So I have a buddy at work who quit vaping. He's done with it all. He's like, I don't feel the need for nicotine anymore. So congrats. And I kind of got the spoils of the war kind of thing because he had a Bonza and he hit me up and he's like, do you want this? And I was like, yeah. So because I had never actually got a Bonza, never got to try it. And so I got the Bonza on top of the TVL. That was the Colt 45. And then I got mystery liquid because this was just in my pile of stuff and no label because I'm a smart motherfucker like that.
Yeah.
And then next I got the SSK Delro. So that's a clone. And that I have an Orbit clone. If I can open that guy, the Orbit. I'm just testing it out on different things because otherwise it leaks in other mods. And in this one, it's not leaking. So I am happy about that. And that I got some of the last leftover fruit basket I've ever made. And then lastly, we're going to go with this guy right here. And this is the, what RDA was this again? It's the QP Cali V2 on top of the Kennedy. And in that, I have a liquid I can't talk about, but a certain somebody in chat knows about it. We were talking about it earlier. So, yeah, very excited. Who wants to take it away?
Sure, I guess I'll go. I'm actually real simple today. I've been real simple for a long time. I'm kind of just like a basic bitch. I'm just a real simple person. But first up, I went ahead and rebuilt my Kirch Plus and put that on the inside of the Pulse AIO. Still rocking the original AIO. I haven't gotten the 0.5 just yet, but I'm looking forward to getting that soon. I'm also going to try to get the stubby soon as well. Because that looks...
Dude, the stubby. Yeah, I want to get one. I
want
to try that weird bridge that comes with it.
Yeah, I'm interested in that RDTA bridge that they got. So I heard it's real good. Everyone says it's fantastic. But on the inside of that, I got one of my favorite liquids ever, some key lime cookie from Sad Boy. And then next up, I'm pretty sure you guys can all guess what it is. It's kind of just become predictable at this point. But yes, it is the Squire on top of the Scepter Mech Bun. On the inside, I got a pair of my 27s. And rocking some of Uncle Chris's LC, his lemon custard. This liquid is actually fantastic. I really, really love it. Outside of that, that's me. I'm done.
I've only got a few as
well.
Yeah,
I'm also vaping. I'm just kidding. Keep
going. Trust on the billet box.
I like how you just show the billet box, but now you tell us that the trust is in there. But how can I trust you? Okay, there you go.
There you go. the truss in the
Because
billet
even
box.
last night, you just showed the door and said, "There's the truss in there."
Because I couldn't be asked to open it. And inside that is cucumber cooler, which is fucking amazing. I've also got the Wickbridge V2. This is Charles, but now it has to be called King Charles in the ballroom. We've had to update the name. And inside that is
Riot in the streets.
Homeboy Mango. We have the Asgard Mini on the work mech, but this is falling apart massively, but still going strong.
It
And
just
inside-
lost some color. It's okay.
Yeah, and inside that is literally the last dregs of Kick It Root Down, outstanding liquid. And lastly, we have Nightmare 25 on whatever you call that, and inside that is my own little bit of liquid. I've tried to do a little bit of mixing. It's okay. At least it doesn't smell and taste like moldy forest, so it's a win for me.
Yeah.
That's me done.
Good. So now that we've got that out of the way, I want to give a big shout out to our early birds who have shown up, or at least who have posted in chat. I don't know if there's anyone lurking or not, but big shout out to Vape and Snowman. Thank you for showing up, my man. We appreciate it. Dean T, thank you for showing up. Fervor Strode and my man Arn. What's up, Arn? Wow. We've got so today our topic, I'm sure you guys saw it in the title, but struggles behind the scenes, behind the drill. We've been kind of on this this path recently as we've kind of tried to essentially redesign the show to give you guys a little bit more insight into what actually happens for most coil builders, not everyone. We're kind of just amateurs, so we pretend we actually know what we're doing. But to give you guys a little more insight, be a little bit more transparent with what's happening. Dave Lloyd, appreciate you for showing up. Just so that way you guys kind of understand what really goes into it, right? Because we've heard a bunch of people say, "Well, I wouldn't mind, trying to build my own pair of coils." Well, let's kind of break this down for you, essentially, and tell you what actually goes in behind everything from what you guys actually see from the public eye, right?
Dude, Seamus, we see you, buddy. We see you.
Seamus, we also see you. Appreciate you for being here. Sorry, Seamus, I didn't see you here.
He's just jealous that he couldn't sponsor your show because we already ate it up.
I didn't want to. So.
See, jealous.
No, I'm good. Thanks. Yeah, with all of that, main topic is essentially really when coming up with a new build, what flaws or drawbacks do you have when either trying to create something new and or when you're trying to do something new for your menu to kind of keep things lively and vibrant? So who wants to start out?
Well, I'll throw one out into the bag. Speed. Where if I know these guys are the same, like aliens, 26 aliens, 27 aliens, you can do them at speed. And when you're doing a new build, I always somehow initially try and build as fast as I normally build. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work. And you do have to slow it right back.
Or even in the same style that you do it. Because, I mean, you guys do long sticks. I mean, I got this pile of aliens I got to wrap up still. Been at it all like for the last hour or so. And even trying to get that long run of a fucking new style of coil is not the easiest sometimes.
Yeah. And it's especially for me anyway, with aliens, I switch up the way I build once I go below a 28. So when I do 30s and I've got 32s going on as well, having to slow up that drill and do a sort of. I was trying to explain it last time, like a semi-stretch.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of times that, because I pre-decor first, so maybe in the evening or the next day I'll go right, like 30 gauge aliens today, and I'll sit down and forget to pre-stretch, and then just try and wrap it. Then I just fucking mohawk the shit out of everything. But it's the same sort of thing with a new build, where obviously you approach it differently. But when you're so used to it being semi the same, but a bit different, it's it's just that thought process.
Well, I mean, like for me at least, I'm very big on the whole exact measurements because I don't like wasting wire or having just like a piece that like was not going to mean anything. And like I've gotten more comfortable with like doing 2 at a time, but trying to get those like I'm gonna be adding series coils here soon, and that's a whole nother level of extra wire you have to add to it. So to double that up and trying to figure out those measurements, it's a whole thing sometimes.
Yeah, I think the drawback that I have in doing things, majority of the time, it's not that I don't know what the coil is or what it looks like or what it's supposed to look like, I should say, because it doesn't always come out fantastic the first time we try something. But I think it's kind of just understanding like the concept and the mechanics behind doing things, much like I know we've mentioned this a couple of times before. Lethal things would be a little bit, but obviously I can build aliens, but I can't fucking stagger for shit like at all, right? Whereas Sloane can just knock them out like I'm making aliens, right? It's kind of backwards. Like when I have been practicing trying to make staggers to kind of like get down the mechanics and speed things up so I can kind of just knock them out and maybe potentially add them to the menu a little bit later on. But I've been using my Anthony Rommel glasses because I can't see the wire. It's real weird because I can make aliens perfectly fine. No Anthony Rommel glasses, just wrap it up, even if it's like a real small gauge, like 32, right? And just go to town, and it's fine, right? But when I'm trying to make just basic staggered fused Graptons, just 2-core, bro, I sit there and spin so fucking slow and make sure everything is nice and straight and taut and everything. And I've got the Anthony Rommel glasses on and everything else, and it's just wrapping my head around everything that's like going on, right? Because I'm learning a new mechanic to like manipulating this wire.
See, I'm at the point now where, especially with ribbon wire, I'm getting a lot more comfortable with ribbon wire.
Right.
But I still need to remember. I keep having to tell myself as I'm doing it, slow down, even with the prep work, because I'm so used to it. Like, you don't pay attention, you stretch the core, decore, you stretch the 3-core wires or the 4, the 5, how many you're doing. You rack up and you just go to town on it. But with ribbon wire, you actually have to like take 5 and go, right, let's stack everything up lovely. And these sausage fingers bend ribbon wire really easily. And you get that kink in there, and you sort of have to pretty much, that wire's gone, you've got to start again. Anyway, on that wire anyway. But I'm at the point now where I can get it down, but it takes a hell of a long time. It's trying to speed that process up. And as you're talking about the mechanics, is it going to be quicker for me rather than, because what I do is I stretch out and I have, say, like 4 ply and then clamp both ends? Or do I do 2 long ones and pull it through the drill and then pull it taut? So it's trying to find out what way can speed up that preparation process.
Yeah.
Than using fuck tons of spare wire and glue.
Yeah. When it comes to ribbon, I've always seen people like double the length that they need Even if you're like one of those people that gets like exact measurements, like double the
Oh,
length,
you kind of have to just in case.
right?
There's just no way around that one.
Yeah, just double the length that you need. And I've seen a lot of people where they'll either put it on the swivel itself and bend it that way, and then kind of like tie it off and do all the stacking portions later, so that way it's all nice and taut. Or they'll like bend it in half and then tie it off, so you got like a loop, so you can just hook it on a little bit later. But this way, you kind of have like a little bit more free reign with what's going on with the wire. So
Yeah.
most of the time I've seen people bending it in half, but I do understand what you mean though, because like ribbon, especially when you first start using it, is a difficult concept to understand, right? Because that, and it's real hard to see these like slats of metal like line up.
Yeah.
To stacking, it's just all way too much for no reason.
Yeah.
See, the only way that I've managed to get is to wiggle. I just say to myself, wiggle, 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 wiggle. I go, wiggle, 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 wiggle down. That's the only way I can get it to stack nicely. Because if I sit there trying to, because if they cross over on each other, you're trying to straighten it, pull it, then you're more chance of bending it. So I just wiggle and go down it, and somehow they all sort of fall into place.
Right.
But that's the way but that's from using like probably 100 foot of ribbon wire and fucking about 95% of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep going back, keep trying.
Yeah.
But
I want to
I'll
know.
say starting with bigger gauges sometimes does help. Try to at least get some concept down with like something that's a little bit more visually doable. But
yeah,
even then, it's just ribbon is just a beast all itself.
Right.
It's a massive learning curve. Just as big, if not bigger, than getting down aliens. From when that first point you've sat down and you've watched 1,000,001 fucking videos. So, right, let's try it. It's a bigger jump than that. And that's a huge jump.
Well, it's like you'll see it a lot, but everybody always says it's in the prep work. If all your shit is done beforehand properly, it will float pretty okay. But even then, I mean, like we were talking about last week with our last show with Timmy, sometimes you think you did everything perfect, you got a nice stick, and then you go to like start coiling it, and it just bends completely horribly on you.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the big struggles that I have, because like everything could look perfect. It's like that stitched Fralian that I did. You remember that one, Sloane? Where bro, I fucking built this fucking stitched alien, and I was so fucking happy about it. And then I didn't even realize it. Like everything was perfect when I went to set it up. And then after I wrapped it, I realized that in the middle of wrapping it, all of my ribbon flipped the opposite direction. So it didn't turn out the way that it was supposed to.
Yeah, I've done that so many freaking times. I still vape them. I just don't take a picture of them. it's like, woo.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, you've seen the staggards I've made. They look awful, but I'll still vape them just because why not give it a shot?
Yeah, staggards is a weird one, because for me anyway, staggers I got down pretty quickly, but then at the same time it took me a year to learn how to alien. So I just think it's just something that you can either do or you have to work hard at to get it. But once you get it, it's the concept. There's so many different ways of doing them. The same pretty much as aliens to a point.
Yeah. The best piece of advice any builder can give a newbie is have patience, give yourself time. And if you feel like throwing your drill, don't throw the drill because it most likely cost you, but it's okay to get angry and walk away for a couple of minutes and go get a beer or something.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's any builders lurking or not, or if there's any in the chat. I'll say them. Oh no, I was gonna say lethal, but never mind. He's not a builder.
He started up again.
That was a joke.
Oh.
Yeah. That was a dig. Sorry.
That was a dig.
No, but I actually want to know from anyone in the chat, so feel free to participate as well. If you've ever tried making coils, what fallbacks do you have? You know, what hiccups did you have throughout your process? I don't know if maybe we can answer any of those, but I mean, if you have tried them, I mean, please feel free to put a question in the chat or mention something, and we'll obviously acknowledge that. But yeah, I think that's my biggest hiccup though, is just like figuring out the mechanics, and like kind of getting that muscle memory down for like how that concept for the coil itself like works. So that's, I think that's like my biggest, like out of anything, my biggest fallback. I think the other one though would be, I waste so much wire just testing fucking coils, bro. Like I built so many fucking coils that people don't ever fucking see, and I'm just like, is this good? I don't know. Let's
I always try to keep a spool of wrap wire for like messing around, but that never works out. It never does. I actually have one, and I know we've all done this because we've in private chat have had a whole talk about this. Not keeping an idea how much wire we have in stock for building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran out of wire actually. I have to make an order, and I didn't realize it, and so I'm now delayed because I have to wait for payday to make another order. So
I think the worst one was I was doing an order for one of the shops, and I had no 26 aliens. I thought, oh fuck it, I'll whack out 10 pairs quickly. Didn't pay attention. Put the wrap wire. It literally went about this far. It went, oh fuck! It's just not even enough for one wire. And I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to put an order. This is gonna be like 4 days. And I called the guy. I was like, mate, I could do you like one wrap. I'll send you everything else. You've worked on my couple of days.
Much wire on it.
It had less than that. Yeah. It was so bad.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It happens
more than anything.
It happens more often than I want to admit.
Yeah.
But I think it's mainly 36 that goes really quick.
Bro.
And I think, fuck it, I'll order 5.
So quick.
I'll order 5 spools of 36 aliens. That'll last me a couple of weeks. And next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, I've got like 2/3 of a spool, the last spool already gone.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. Like, I mean, I've been obviously in the process of like restocking everything. Right? Yeah. Just in that first 100 fucking pairs that I built, I'm not done actually. I'm still building. But just the first 100 pairs, I already used a fucking 1,000-foot spool of 36 gauge.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. But I think also the other thing that threw me is when you use something like 38 gauge and it's that little bit see-through and you think, fuck, I'm running out of wire because you can see the spool through it. So you put another order in.
Starting to shine through.
Yeah. And then you're like, fuck, I ain't got a lot left. And you think, oh, I'll just use the rest of this now. And you think, fuck, I've got about 10 decors out of it. You forget it's that transparent. And now I've got like a stack of this and like 38 wrap wire. just keep ordering it because I think I'm running out. But it's not. It's just it's so thin.
Yeah.
Same with 40 gauges. 40 gauges are even more. They throw me massively. Because I used my 40 gauge on some of the fused Claptons. Yeah. And that stuff, no matter how fast you spin that drill, it takes forever to do 6-foot decor on a 40 gauge.
Right.
Your arm goes numb before you get to the end. You just fuck. There must be a better way of doing this.
There has to be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at upgrading a couple of things. I know you and I have also talked about this things. All 3 of us actually. But I'm probably gonna get a T-track soon, actually, for my build, my build setup, just because I feel like it would make things a little bit easier. Because I'm like Jay, I don't like to waste a bunch of wire. For those that don't know, right? When you're building, right? A little food for thought for everyone. Your decor is always going to be usually about 1.5 times the length of what you actually need to like wrap everything up, right? For like your cores. itself. So I do a 6 foot run, right? But that only translates to roughly about like 4.5 to 5 feet that I'm actually like running itself.
Oh, and there's also the spring back that you got to think about sometimes when you're doing a decor.
Yeah, so there's that too, right? So
I love that noise.
If I'm using my lathe, here's the problem that I run into, right? The problem that I run into when building, right? This is another like drawback for me of why I need to get a T track or any sort of track system, period, for my setup, is because, excuse me, I'm so sorry, that I end up running this 6 foot long 3 cores of whatever gauge I'm running, right? But I'm only using up like 4 feet of it. So I've now wasted 2 feet of wire. So I'm either one, making a smaller decor to wrap up the rest of that, and then I'm still using the hand drill for it. Or two, I just go to my fucking hand drill, which I've been doing, right? So like I'll use my lathe to do all the decors because there's nothing better than wrapping a decor at 6,000 RPMs and just smashing it out because decors are boring as fuck.
Yeah.
I just end up using my hand drill and I wrap all my coils that way. So because I'm not trying to waste a bunch of wire, you know what I mean? So
because you're wasting 2 foot, but it's 2 foot times 3.
Yeah.
So you're technically wasting 6
Yeah,
foot.
I essentially made the whole fucking length of my desk, 6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wasted an extra core that I could have used somewhere else. So
you only need a little 3 foot track.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna get like a 2 or 3 foot fucking track so I can actually like move the swivel closer to the lathe, and then that way I can just take everything up and go.
I love the track.
Yeah, and go hands free because that is definitely a struggle. I mean, when you don't have certain equipment, it puts a little bit of a bind in your building process, and so
speak for yourself, sir.
Listen, not everyone can build in the fucking lounge at work, okay?
I get that, but I don't need no track for no shit. I could do that here at home too.
Yours is also mobile.
Yes, because I was smart enough to do something like that.
That's very true.
I think I will give you credit there. When you're stationary, I should say, when you're stationary, you don't have certain equipment. It puts a little bit of a bind in your building process and like do things, right? And so because of this, it takes me a little bit longer than it probably should to get things done because I now have to make adjustments to get things taken care of. So that's kind of a struggle and a drawback to building and whatnot. What up, Proper Coils?
Yeah, mate. I think I have made a bit of an upgrade to my setup.
Have you?
Yeah.
He added a sticker.
I've added an elastic band to my because I'm fed up of doing like a 7 foot decor and having to keep moving the chair and the foot pedal. So I put elastic band over my boot and the pedal, so when I move, it's attached to my foot. And you know what? It's fucking amazing.
Holy shit! That is the most ass backwards hillbilly shit I've ever heard in my whole life.
That's good though. He's actually.
I mean, it is kind of fucking genius, but
that's adapting though.
That sounds like some
£1
Tennessee
for an elastic band ball from like the pound shop. Sorted. There's like 100 on there, so if it snaps, I got like 99 more. And the first one, I'm still using the first one because it's annoying. About a week or two.
Okay, you can't say it's still lasting after a week or two.
Considering my floor is like
3 months,
concrete,
it would have been something else.
On the same one. But do you know what? It's so annoying because you got the wires, the plugs in the back, and then when you move, you have to push it along the floor with you. And my floor and where I build is like that. It's like broken bits of concrete and shit. and then it pulls the lead out, and you hit the pad, and you're like, ain't fucking working. Oh shit, the lead's come. So you have to somehow get under there and plug it back in while still holding onto the wire. So I thought, well, you got to do something about that.
It's funny. All I'm thinking is, it sounds like somebody needs to fix the foundation of their shed.
I'm just curious as to why you have to still hold on to the wire. Like, are you not good enough to just like let it go and then know where?
No, this is like when making aliens, when wrapping aliens and stuff.
Yeah, but I still let my decor go.
No, I don't.
You can't do that.
You can't set it down.
I don't think I could physically do that. I've got a hold of that thing with dear life, and I ain't letting it go.
Yeah, I let go of my decor when I'm building.
No. Once that's in my hand, it's not coming out till it's done.
Yeah, dude. I just let go. Like, I'll stop the drill and then I'll let
It's
go.
only because I had a bad experience. If you want me to be completely honest with you, I let go of it and then stood in the pedal and got whipped with a decor.
I'm waiting for the time that he's not prepared to wrap and that damn thing, he ends up pressing down the pedal while it's stuck to his foot and it just ends up mangling everything up. I'm waiting for that.
Well, I've been whipped with those wires quite a few times.
I know. I'm just saying you're gonna end up ruining a decor because A, you can't let go of it. B, you have your fucking pedal strapped to your foot.
Well, because like when I was originally building it, you know what I was like, I went above and beyond trying to make it all fandangle. My original plan was to get curtain rail and get a runner and put it on there so it slide across it. And I was just like, it just seems more effort. So I was out shopping. I was like, fuck it, elastic band, that would do.
You should get a brick and just put it on top of your pedal. Just let it go.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did when I done that. What was it, 20 something foot fuse Clapton? I can't remember how long it was. It was like stupidly long.
Yeah.
Oh, the one you did in the back garden?
Yeah, it went all the way through the house.
Yeah.
That made so many pairs of fuse Claptons. Some weren't perfect. I will. There was some pretty big gaps.
Funny is out of the big one I did, I actually sold a few pairs, so it worked out for me.
Well, I took them off the menu at that point. They're back on obviously now, but then I was just using them. Mm. But there was one coil that I wrapped, and it literally had about 7 wraps on it. There was that much of a gap. I was like, shit. It's just like parallel wrap it, round wire. Well, good old days. We need to do that again.
Being
here. Proper coils. The topic is, as a builder, little issues or problems that come or times that you have little flops. If you want to join in on the conversation, being that you're a builder.
Any drawbacks, struggles that you have, like when either coming up with a new build or just building in general, that you may possibly have. So.
What happened when a bell-ended Latina and an angry bearded man walk into a bar?
We realized that we're all in fucking Massachusetts.
Nice.
Oh, but yeah, it was talking about like concept coils and that. But obviously, I've added a new one, which was a happy mistake because I didn't have my glasses on, and it turned out to be a really nice vape. But actually, trying to come up with a coil that hasn't been done before is really hard. The one you done, Jay, looked fucking outstanding.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'll ever add those, but yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean that is a bit of a difficult thing, right? Because like our market from the time like building like became a thing, like before slowly, obviously, but like way back in the day, like old school building, all the way up till now, like people have come up with so many different like variations and like concepts that it's hard to really like, think of something new that you can do with the wire and like get it to work.
It's like somebody was marketing zippers as dragon coils, and I did not get that at all. Yeah,
it's not when people come up with new names for coils. Just
because I mean, even like a dragon coil is supposed to be really small inner diameter, and you cotton the outside, and then the way you build them are slanted, so it shoots.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're really weird, like what an actual dragon coil is supposed to be. But then they did a zipper and started calling it a dragon coil, and I'm like, those are zippers.
I'm gonna look at that dragon coils.
And it's like an old school build that nobody really cares to do anymore. But we've been around long enough, you know about these things.
Like tiger coils and fucking juggernauts.
Bloody juggernauts. See, I'm on a weird fence with juggernauts. I don't like juggernauts today.
Yeah, not many people do.
I was asked to build them, and I initially said no, and gave my reasons why.
Right.
But they still wanted them, so I built them. So then I decided to build a pair for myself.
They're fucking cool.
I built them really low, and I'm not going to openly say what I built them to, but they were rowdy as fuck, and I enjoyed vaping them. But
yeah, dude, it's like that coil that I built recently. I'm not going to say what it was.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah,
what it is. Look, I did it purely out of fucking boredom, honestly.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay,
because
so
I was like, oh, I got gifted all this fucking wire, and I have nothing that I can do with this wire. So let's see if I can do it. Fuck it, why not?
I just got in. I had bought some mods off of a buddy of ours, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll throw in some extra crap in there." He sent like a bunch of coils, liquid, and he sent a bunch of wire, and I have like a ton of 24 gauge wire now. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? Like, seriously, like I've been thinking about it, like, because the 3-core alien is a bit much. Use Clapton or even a 2-core alien would be fun, but really, I don't even know.
Yeah, see, again, I'm not going to say what it was. However, I will put out there, and this just goes for Ohm's Law in general, right? For anyone out there who is using rebuildables, please make sure you know your Ohm's Law. Myself and the rest of Codename Wire do not condone any sort of misbehavior when it comes to building irresponsibly. So please make sure you know what you're doing before.
No sub ohms on Max.
Please make sure you know what you're doing before you continue on forward, because just would really hate to see something tragic happen to so many fantastic people that we have in our community. So that's my little disclaimer.
Did you see the picture on? I think it was 2 shows ago on mine, when the guy blew like 6 of his teeth off. He literally just had a hole there. He was vaping a sub-ohm take on a stacked mech.
On a stacked? Because there was one guy like here, like in my area, he was vaping a smoke tank on a Mac, and the thing went ballistic on the highway. So he like blew out half his face and almost wrecked his car.
Fuck.
And it was not pretty. And what made it worse was his wife went through his Facebook and basically told everybody that he was not an idiot, that he knew what he was doing. And she got ripped apart at that point. It's like, you should have just stayed quiet.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. I'm not one to bash on a person like that, but at the same time, it's just, don't try to defend stuff you don't have as much knowledge on as possible.
Yeah. But I suppose the only good thing about this guy that I showed in the show, he said that it was his own fault, but he got sold the mech and the tank at the same time at the same shop.
Bro,
can you imagine if someone walked into your shop like, oh, I want like a stacked Kennedy and I want a sub-ohm TFV 12. You'd be like, you ain't using them together, are you, mate? That would be your first question.
yeah.
At that point, it also partially falls on the shop. Right. If they were willing to sell him something like that, that falls on the shop.
Right. So I know Jay obviously already kind of replied to him, but I just want to bring a little bit of light to this. This is actually a real thing. This actually happens for most of you guys that don't know. Most of you guys are actually pretty cool about it. However, there's the occasional person out there, and you know who you are. I don't name any names. I haven't had any problems with anybody in this chat, but just in general, right? For anyone who does see this, biggest pet peeve, and I'm right there with you, Proper Coils, is when someone goes, hey, can you build me something coil? And then they don't tell me what they want.
They don't tell you what kind of like resistance. They don't tell you what kind of style of build it is.
Or what
I mean,
they're putting it in.
Yeah,
That
or what
also
they're putting in it.
helps.
Because I mean, okay, so like
You don't tell me
recently.
if you have any metal allergies.
Oh yeah, because what is it? I recently traded some coils for some panels, and they were like, "Hey, I'll trade you coils for panels. Would that be cool?" I was like, "Yeah, whatever, I don't care." And they're like, "Oh, I think I might have a nickel allergy, so they might have to be like Kanthal." And I was like, "Oh, I got you, dude. No worries." Because I do have like some Kanthal that I just happen to buy for something else, and I never got around to it.
Right.
But things like that do help. I mean, think like even like series coils. Recently, I made some series coils, and one of the first questions I asked was, "What is this going in?" Because I need to think about space. Because especially series coils, I could make like 26 gauge series coils, but them fuckers will come out huge. So you know that there's a lot of thought process that goes into this.
Yeah, I had someone ask me for series coils, but didn't. When I asked, he was like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm putting them in." I was like, "Well, what do you want me to do?" So he was like, "Oh, just make me a pair." So I made him a pair. I was like, "Oh, I won't charge for that." And then he was like, "Shit, they're a bit higher." He didn't tell me he was putting them on a series deck. And he's like, "If you told me, I'd have just given you a normal pair because it doubles your resistance."
Mm-hmm.
So that sort of stuff does help. Shit.
I wonder what they were doing that a 0.3 was melting in a stacked.
How?
Yeah, I'm really confused on that because I mean a 0.3 is low for a stacked mech, but it's still doable.
I mean, it's still safe. Like,
Mhm.
unless you're like sitting there, like
Just ripping it.
hot, fucking glowing those fucking coils like constantly. Like, there's no reason they should.
I'm sure they were building them straight on the mech.
Oh, they probably were.
And on the EUC coils on a Boro, I don't know because like those run differently. Because okay, so the reason you don't want to run like a sub-ohm tank and a mech mod is mostly because these things are making like the tank is making direct contact with the top of the mech right there. You can see the battery. And in a sub-ohm tank, that 510 pin is smushy. So when it goes up from like the battery touching, it ends up making full contact with everything, with the negative, with the positive. So that's why sub-ohm tanks are not recommended. Now, ESC coils, it's a whole different situation. I don't know how that would work in a Boro, because in a Boro mech, it's just kind of more or less sitting on a plate, and that's not where the contact is made for the full connection on the battery. Just to be honest, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work either. I mean, I think to proper coils, comment, right? The previous one with asking questions. That was a big thing for me. Like when I stopped building, I was like, bro, like if it's not on there and I'm not offering it, don't ask.
Yeah.
Period.
I'm kind of more or less on that stance of if I'm not offering it, don't ask me.
This is what I'm building, and if you don't like it, well, I'm sorry. There's an oversaturation of builders. You could find someone else.
And if they're not willing to do it for you and you can't find a person, there's something wrong with what you're asking.
Like I had someone message me one day and he goes, "Hey, can you build me some N90 coils?" And I was like, "Nope." Nope.
I think I know the individual you're talking about.
First off, one, I don't even know where to get N90 because my company doesn't carry it.
Yeah.
And then two, I'm not fucking with N90. Like that is a whole nother beast when it comes to
see, like N90 is more like stainless steel, just in nichrome form. It's just I have like some N90 wire. I tried the coils, and they do the same annoyances that, at least to me, stainless steel does. Is that resistance keeps like moving around too much for me.
Right.
And I personally don't like that. And I know somebody will argue with me that stainless doesn't do that, but it's done it to me, and I didn't care for it. And in all reality, I do have a stainless steel allergy. It just has to be prolonged exposure. That's why, like, if you ever see me without a hat on or my headphones on, I do have like earplugs, but I can't have stainless steel ones. They'll rot the fuck out of my ears.
Oh shit!
Oh no, yeah. I used to have an eyebrow ring, and that rotted out. It just like one day it just fell off, and I was like, "Well, shit." I have a stainless steel allergy.
Interesting. Well, I guess that's one way to figure it out
Uh-huh.
before you vape it, of course.
Yeah, about the custom cores, like I stopped doing them for a long time. I was only doing what was on the menu, but I have brought it back. It's been out for about a month or two now. I do custom builds, but the only thing that I have said is I won't agree to do it until we've discussed what you wanted, because I've got to have the last say to say yes or no.
Yeah,
Because I know we've spoken about it before, but people have asked for ridiculous resistance, and you've had to turn around and say no.
Mm-hmm.
I told you about a person asked for a 0.05. You're like, no.
Yeah, I need to, one, make sure that it's going to be safe, and two, I need to know what their intended use is if you're asking me for these, because
it's like there was one lady in one of the Discord groups that we were in, and she was adamant about 8.25 being good for a series, and we kept telling her no. And she had gotten a mod from one of her good friends, and even he told her no. She ended up melting the entire inside of the fucking thing and got pissed that the inside of the mod got all melted. And it's like, well, you were warned. What the fuck did you expect? Like, seriously.
See, that's the thing that throws me a lot is when people ask for advice
and don't
you
want
tell
it.
them no, yeah, and then you're wrong. If I don't know, I ask Jay. Jay is my go-to for everything. He's my Google.
Apparently, yes, I am your Google.
You are my Google. But if you would have turned around and said to me, Dutch, or anybody else, don't fucking do that, or anyone said to you, don't do that, you'd be like, do you know what? They're saying no for a reason. Like,
yeah, there's a reason we said no. For your safety. That's why. Yeah, I mean that is definitely a struggle when it comes to like at least being semi-established and people knowing who you are and knowing like what you do. Like so
I get that, but I mean at the same time you do get to create your parameters and your limitations. Because I mean, look at M-Turk. Dude does nothing but aliens. He has a couple of sizes and that's it. You don't get to like message them and be like, hey, can I get this in custom? Can I get that in custom? It's like, yeah, you get what you get off his site and that's all.
I think that's probably also down to obviously the his scope of people. You'll probably find that once, say, like if you guys done custom builds, once you hit a certain point where you're racking out fucking like at the level he is, you'll be like, fuck custom service because you'd be inundated.
Yeah, he also does like 10-foot fucking runs, dude. For his,
I still need to see that.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. I've seen it.
So I think I've seen an old video of him do it from years ago, and I think that was only like 6. So if he's upped his game, it'll be good to see. That's fucking hench decor.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. But any other pet peeves or struggles that you guys find either coming up with something or just building in general?
Patient? No. Yeah, I suppose you could say patience, especially like we're moving now to ribbon, where doing aliens and staggards, I get to that point where I can go fast. You start doing the ribbons and you probably get enough for one and you go, I can speed this up a bit. And then you pick up the speed, then you pick up a bit more and then you fuck it. It's trying to keep it at that constant speed where you go, oh, this is working. I'll just stay here and keep this speed and this consistency. But then my right foot sort of goes, nah, and just fucking puts that extra bit of pressure. Fuck.
I get it. I think my other, I think one of my other biggest like hurdles is it's originally when I was like selling commercially, right? I didn't have a job, so it didn't matter. Like I could spend all day building, and it wasn't an issue, right? However, now I actually have a full-time job and I work my 40 hours a week, right? So laziness has now become a factor. where I'm so fucking burnt out from the week, and then I'm like, oh, and now I have to do all this extra, like I have to spend all my extra time that I have when I'm not at work building coils. So you're just like, I don't want to do it. Like I just don't want to do anything today. You know what I mean? So like that laziness kind of like kicks in for a little bit. You have to like find something to keep yourself motivated and be like, no, this has to get done no matter whether I like it or not.
Mm.
That's why I try to be like, at least I'm mixing it up. I always bring up the point of we all do have real jobs and
Right.
families, and we're not full-time builders.
Right.
We at least, I don't know about you guys personally, I would like to be that, but at the moment not quite there yet. So until that moment happens, it's like I work a night job, man, and like the last couple of weeks I've been racking up overtime like you wouldn't believe. But
Right.
I'm not that old, but at the same time I've been doing this shit for 16, 17 years, and it's starting to fucking feel. My body's starting to feel it, and I need more sleep nowadays.
Yeah.
Like seriously, Tuesday through Thursday, I ended up sleeping all day. I wasn't getting up till like almost 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Bloody
That's
hell.
what I did this past weekend. Like I had
Mhm.
my time off from work, right? But I pretty much stayed awake all Friday. Or rather, sorry, I stayed awake all of Thursday because I get Thursday, Friday, Saturdays off. But
Mhm.
I legit like slept all of fucking Friday. Like I joined the fucking the cool kids hangs, was ready to go, ready to hang out with people. It came to midnight because Nick can't do a stream under fucking 4 hours now for some reason. And it's real difficult for us on
He
the
doesn't
East
read
Coast to
clocks.
keep up now. And so I was ready to go, and then I put my headphones in, and I laid down and I passed out, bro. I just fell asleep. Like, luckily, I left myself on mute. No one heard me, but nonetheless, like, I just been exhausted. And then I got up at 5 in the morning, looked at the clock, said, "Fuck that shit," went right back to sleep until like 11:30, bro. Then got
Bloody hell.
had lunch, went right back to bed like a fucking hour and a half later, and slept till 5 in the evening.
Shit.
So I probably slept for like a good, like broken, but probably slept for at least a good like 24 hours. Just slept the whole day late.
Yeah, I think Proper's was saying what I was going to say is time management. My day's split into hours now.
Mhm.
So obviously I have a full-time job. I'm also just coming to the end of doing a uni course, which I've managed to do within 11 months. So smashing that out and all the other stuff that I'm doing, I found because I am inherently lazy.
Yeah.
If my ass hits that sofa, I'm not getting up. So I've just split my days into hour slots. And if I'm not doing it, it pisses me off. So I make sure that I do it. But I have learned, I think I was talking to you guys about it. I have burnt myself out quite severely with lack of sleep. So I've had to reel it back a little bit with getting a couple more hours kept. And even just doing that has made a hell of a difference.
Oh yeah. Well, I
But-
mean, like I like to give my coworkers a hard time because most of them are like in their mid-20s and stuff.
Yeah.
And if they miss like even like 1 hour in their 8 hours of sleep, they're just whining the whole time. And I'm all like, back in my day, like, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm like, at your age, man, I was like going on 3-day benders without no sleep. Get fucked. I've earned my sleep. You guys haven't yet.
But I think it's discipline as well. Because if I don't time manage, I just lose all track. If I go to myself, I've got to make sure I make this amount of pairs today. I will wait till like this time at night and go, fuck, I still ain't made them, and I'd have to go and do them.
Yeah.
If I don't make sure everything's, I even now schedule in family time.
Yeah. I do the
That's-
same thing. Like I have to, like, I'm having to like schedule things and like fit things in because otherwise I won't get it done. So I'll be like, okay, well, all the decors are done. I'm good there. So out of all of these decors that I have made, right, for the wages that I'm currently making, today I have to make a minimum of 20 or 30 or 40 pairs, right? And just like fucking hit the pavement running, bro.
Yeah.
If I don't tell myself that, I'll be like, oh yeah, I made like 3 pairs. It's fine. I can go take a nap.
I've earned my nap.
See, my massive problem is decors because, as we said before, they are so fucking boring.
They're fucking boring. No matter how fast your drill spins.
Oh my god!
That's why I put on some angry metal and just fucking rip.
Yeah, it's true. But that's all well and good until you get about 20, 25 in, and you're like,
okay, yeah, because I think at most I do is like 6 or 7. I don't go that far.
oh no, I fill the table just because they're done. I don't have to fucking touch them again for a while.
I dedicate like one night out of the week to that in my breaks and lunch at work.
Yeah.
And that'll get me like 6 decors, and they're about like 7 feet, 6 feet. And that'll last me about a week and a half. So
yeah. See, I hang all of mine in the closet, right? Because nothing's gonna go in there. So I just hang all my decors when I'm done with them. So that way they're like off to the side and they don't get all tangled up and fucked up and shit and whatnot. But it's really just like keeping that motivation. That and like I've become a bit of a social butterfly recently. So in all of my
had the image of that with butterfly wings.
Yeah.
So in my off time while I'm trying to build, right, people will fucking automatically at everyone in the chats and they'll be like, hey, who wants to join voice chat? Because I'm a little bit bored. I'm like, sure, I'll fucking join in. And then I stop building for a little bit and then I lose track of time. I'm like, fuck, bro, I just missed out on like 15 fucking decors. Holy shit.
Yeah. My phone goes on mute and I've resorted to listening to the radio.
Yeah.
Mute my phone, radio until it's done. I just don't pick it up.
Like I'll give it to you guys. You guys can build at home. I've tried doing that at home building, and there are too many fun things to do in my house.
That's why I have to go outside. When I used to build here at my old table, when I had it in the living room, it would take me fucking like an hour to do one decor. Because your magpie, pretty thing. And you look around and it starts on the TV and you're sitting there holding the core wire whilst you're watching TV. Like, I just watch this little bit. But I stick myself in the garage, shut the door so I can't even see outside, turn the light on, radio on, I'm sorted. But as soon as that phone dings, bing, message, I'm like, ooh, what's that? What's that? So I have to turn all my notifications off. It's the only way I can do it.
Oh, I always have them off anyways.
Yeah, dude. Having kids will definitely keep you on your toes. That definitely takes away from building time too.
Oh yeah, kids are a handful.
Especially
yours is still at that age where you can get away with shit. Wait here in like a year or so.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting fucking worse. He's 1 next month, and he's already started doing mental things. So he's a biter, which is not fun.
I have a lot of friends that keep saying they want to wait till they're in their mid-30s to have kids. I'm like, dude, I don't have the energy to run behind a 2-year-old. Fuck that.
Yeah. Stu, I need some clarification. Stu, what do you mean by have you guys ever thought about making guitar strings? Because we essentially already.
I actually have, and I've looked into it. You got to get very specific wire for it. And even like right now, the guitar string industry has moved away from round wire and they do hex wire because it wraps better and it stays better, but it's expensive as fuck. But I have actually looked into it. I've thought about doing guitar strings.
Okay, so explain this concept because I don't know what hex wire is. I don't play guitar, so.
Okay, so the core wire that they clapped in around,
right?
Instead of being round, it's actually a hex. Like it's cut, it's die cut to like a hex. And it supposedly gives you better reverberation, and it hits the mics on your pickups a lot better.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, trust me, I looked into this. I spent quite a while on this because I looked at my wife. I was like, I want to get into guitar string making. I have a fuck ton of guitars. Why the fuck wouldn't I do that? I could make my own strings at that level. Yeah, it got really expensive really fast, and I was like, no. It made myself sad.
So how much was it, like 100-foot spool hex wire?
Oh, you're not getting spools. You're looking at industrial websites at that point. And
Really?
you're pretty much getting like a big drum thing like this big.
Shit.
Yeah. You're talking like thousands of feet just for the core. We're not even talking about wrap here. We're just talking
Yeah, fuck
cores.
that. You meant trying to lug that into work.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wrap this.
That's crazy.
You imagine sitting there trying to like hold a wrap wire. But yeah, I've actually wanted to get into guitar string making because it would be something else. Because I mean, this is a skill that would actually switch over to that. Because a lot of these companies claim handcrafted, but it's a fucking robot doing it. My ass, it's handcrafted. If I did it, it would actually be handcrafted because I would actually put that much time into it. But whatever.
Yeah, because that's it's real interesting the way they have.
Oh yeah, because even I went looking at what gauges the different style of strings are. Because I don't know if you guys ever do this, but actually, when I'm doing a decor, I'll keep pulling on the string until it's properly tuned.
Right.
So I'm like sitting there, just actually like moving it, and then I was like, nope, there it is. Okay, that's a good G. Let's do it.
I just love at the end, and it goes, boing.
Yeah,
Like,
when you cut it from the
Yeah.
spool, yeah, that part's fun. But yeah, I looked into it, and I mean, I'm sure, and this was like a couple years back, so I mean, maybe things have changed, but I don't know.
I mean, it would be cool to do just for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why not? Like get those little itty bitty beads and just fucking wire around it and strap it up.
Because I mean, for the most part, you get that bead, wrap it around like where the end would go, and then you just start doing the wrap wire from there to the other end.
Yeah.
And you just need like about 3 feet of that.
Yeah.
Probably less. And I mean, the bottom 3 strings aren't even clapped and they're just regular straight wire.
Yeah.
Just round wire.
Never thought about that.
Call it Chords by Clown.
Oh no, yeah. No, dude, I already had, you know me, I get all fucking worked up.
You already had a logo made before you even looked into it.
Probably, yeah. It was gonna be like a metal hand with strings coming out of it or something. And trust me, because like even like me with my guitars and stuff, I play jazz strings. If anybody in chat knows anything about guitar strings, those are stupid expensive because the gauges get really heavy and really like low tuned. That's why I like jazz strings, but they are stupid expensive because I think I'm paying, and it doesn't sound expensive, but once you know guitar string prices, I think I'm paying like $15 a set when like your average set of guitar strings costs like $6.
Yeah.
Shit, you're going for the higher end.
That's
wild.
So
now at that hour mark, probably start wrapping things up. Unless you guys have anything additional you guys want to add.
No, not really.
No.
Be kind to coil builders. How about that?
Yeah.
There you go.
Be kind to coil builders because you never know. They probably have a lot more going on behind the scenes in personal life than you realize. So.
Well, there's that, and if they give you any advice, there's a reason for it. It's not because we're trying to be pricks or dicks. It's just sometimes we're looking out for your safety because in the end, it does fall back on us. It's a selfish fucking service that we provide.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, with any of that, we're going to start closing things up. So, we're not going to forget about the music. Don't worry. If you guys have any suggestions for music on the...
I don't know why I did that.
Codename Wired. I don't know why you did that.
You were just so excited that Timmy was on with us that you just didn't even care anymore.
For the Codename Wired Spotify playlist, feel free to drop your suggestions in chat. We'll pick a couple out. So feel free to put those in there. Literally could be anything as long as it's not country. So... You know,
all the Metallica, please.
And as long as it's not Metallica. Outside of that, do you guys have your songs picked out?
No.
Nope. But we're going to do it on the fly. Do you, Jack?
I am going to go with the same 2 songs that I put on your other playlist.
Oh, I don't fucking remember what that is. What was it?
We're going to go with Origin of Sin from Chelsea Grin.
Oh, yeah. We gave you our songs last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're already on.
Okay.
Yeah. So Origin.
I do it as you say it, just because it's easier. What was your other one?
The other one, shit. What did I pick?
Yeah, the long ass name. That's all I remember.
Oh yeah. What a horrible night to have a curse by Black Dahlia Murder.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see where my songs are at. All right, so
Cool.
yeah, my songs from last week were "Reign of Darkness" by Thy Art Is Murder, and "Angst" from Rammstein. So we're good. You don't even have to worry about those. I'm just gonna leave those as it is.
Hang on. Go on. What were they again?
You already added them.
Did I? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Making it
No, this
easy
is
on
new
you.
songs for this week.
Oh, new songs. Okay, then fuck it. Give me a second.
Yeah.
All right, so just because you said this, we're gonna go with "No Remorse" from Metallica.
Fuck you. It's not like I listen to Spotify anyway. It's like just use Apple Music.
Oh, I know. Yeah, because you're some Apple fuckhead. Let me see. No, give me a minute on the next one. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Bluebird from Akano.
AKANO.
He can barely spell his name, bro. You expect him to spell Akano?
AKANO.
Yeah, I got it. Don't you worry. And I am going to pick "Walk" by Pantera.
Okay.
And I am going to pick. Do not fuck it. "The Wizard" by Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Cool.
Are you sure it's not Pizza Burning?
No, it's not that so.
Fucking Matt, bro. I love this guy so much. It cracks me up. So we got 2 suggestions so far. We'll wait another minute or so for you guys to put anything in case you guys are still typing. Any suggestions? Put them in the chat for music on the playlist.
I'll just drop the link for the Spotify anyway.
Yeah. Earn, that is such a good song. I fucking love that song so much.
Should we just go for that one then?
Yeah. I mean, we've only got 2 suggestions in there. Might as well add them both.
Cool. So
Everybody else fell asleep.
We have. That's on there.
Oh, we got one more suggestion that finally came in from Steve Raps.
Well, I've added the Circus Survive. What other one do you want? So you said all 3 of them.
Fuck it, might as well.
What was the last one? Dangers. Oh, we're all on.
All right, cool. So, you guys got anything coming up as we close these things out?
I just got the code. The mixing it up on Tuesday. We are doing fall mixes, so if anybody is looking forward to that, come hang out, check us out, do some mixing with us. So yeah, just anything fall, whatever you consider fall. Mostly we'll end up with a bunch of desserts and stuff.
Yeah.
But I always like when Sifu and Chris do theirs because it always comes with a backstory. It always cracks me up. Because the thing is, like, at least for like me, like in our family, we don't have like traditional like desserts for time of the year and shit like that. And the only ones that we do have, you can't make a vape out of. So I'm fucked on that front.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to fall. Fall is always my favorite time of the year. Fall and Christmas.
Same here.
especially when it comes to desserts, not just for vape, but for like actual like human consumption.
Oh, dude, I've already had so much pumpkin pie. It's not even funny.
Dude, I'm down. Pumpkin pie, eggnog, pecan pie.
I work in a grocery store. It's like the worst time for me.
Yeah, like
they made a pumpkin ginger snap parfait. That shit was delicious.
I don't even know what a parfait is, but it does sound good.
It's just it all mushed with whipped cream in a fucking cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
that does sound really good.
Nah,
I'm on a diet, so everything sounds fucking amazing.
No carbs for you, sir.
No, I'm on a strict diet.
that's
So
fine. You're full of bad habits. I'm sure it'll slowly wean itself back over the next coming weeks.
It's bad. The other day I dreamt about food. That's when you know it's fucking bad.
Also, you pick like the worst time of year to go on a diet.
Yeah. Like
You-
Thanksgiving, bro. Look, I understand that the UK doesn't do Thanksgiving, but
My parents do.
Christmas
so,
is around the corner, though.
Yeah.
Like, imagine all of that fucking turkey dinner that you're now gonna miss out on, bro.
Well, I went round for Sunday roast at my sister's with all the family, and I sat there with my little meal prep with like 2 Brussels sprouts, half a carrot, and half a breast of chicken and a boiled egg.
Yeah, when you could have had like chicken or like a roast,
Yeah.
something with some like parsnips and fucking like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
It has to be done now or never.
Mashed potatoes and gravy and some fucking Yorkshire puds. Like, what the fuck, bro? You missing out, man.
I am missing out massively.
See, you're supposed to go on diet around spring so you can have a hot girl summer, but no. Wait until fucking fall.
Do it now or never, mate. So I've gone the full shebang. I'm going to Fat Fighters as well.
Fat fighters.
Yeah, that's what I call it. Or the Fluffy Club. This is another nicer name of putting it.
Did you call it Fat Fighters because of fucking Little Britain, bro?
Yeah. Welcome to Fat Fighters.
Welcome to Fat Fighters.
So yeah, no, I've gone this whole shebang. I've got nutritionists and everything now. So
It's hilarious.
Dust. Anybody? No dust.
I fucking love Little Britain so much. Anyone who's seen Little Britain will understand that joke.
Oh.
Hilarious, bro. Yo, that fucking Fat Fighters is so racist, though. Holy shit.
They put it back on the TV, but they've cut out all the controversial stuff, which is about 80% of it.
Yeah.
So it's not really Little Britain anymore.
No, it's Britain.
I don't know. Y'all still have controversial shit.
Yeah.
Outside of Jay, anything else that's coming up? I know you got the expo coming soon.
Yeah. Sorting all that shit out. Coming to the end of my degree thing that I'm doing. So I've managed to smash 3 years into one.
Oof.
It's I decided to do it without thinking about it. Yeah, I'll do it. Signed up, and it wasn't until the first lot come through with a stack of papers like that, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" So I've been doing that. Got like 3 or 4 other side ventures I'm doing at the moment, and yeah, just a busy badger. Stay busy.
Yeah. How many more pairs of coils you got to build till you're ready for expo?
Honestly, quite a few.
What do you mean by quite a few? Like,
well, I completely backstocked, and then the shop put an order in, and then the website has been doing well, which dwindled me down to like 15 pairs. So I'm now
Everybody go on Adam's site and just fucking drain them dry. So he's far behind for Expo.
I was so happy. I had a nice box of everything. I had everything stacked and ready to go, and then the orders come through, and I had no wires. So I was like, I'll just dip into this. And then what did I do? I dipped into that again. And then I was like, oh, I'll treat myself to a couple of nice pairs of coils. So I dipped in again.
Don't dip.
That's where you went wrong, bro.
Yeah. Don't get high on your own supply. Come on.
Yeah.
Do not see
That's where you went wrong. You could have left all those coils for fucking Expo and been perfectly fine, and then just been like, look, you're gonna have to give me a little bit of time so I could build your coils. Sorry,
but it's fine. I've got plenty of time.
do you?
So no,
Bro, you've got like until
but it's right. I've got 7 days. I've got a week off after next week. Or next week I've got a week off. So I'll be fine. I'll be back up to stock. So it's not an issue. But yeah, no, just been.
Watch him get another fucking order from the shop when he has to dip it again.
if any of you can't buy me out, I'm gonna cry. But no, it's all good. It's all fun and games. It keeps me on my toes.
He's like, I'm gonna cry. I have so much money right now.
I wish. It all gets spent on fucking the same shit. It all gets straight back into the business.
The
If you
wire
want to call it
shit.
that. Yeah. But no, it's all good. Next week I've got a really exciting episode of Keeping It Cartel with a special guest, which will be fun. Apart from that, if you want to have a giggle, go watch the replay of Battle Drips, because that was fucking hilarious. I realised that my sense of taste is fucked. Because we played
that.
It was so bad because I was playing the game and it was like, what can you taste? And all I could think was, I like the taste of this liquid. I couldn't get past that. I enjoyed it to actually figure out what it was. But yeah, if you want to have a good, have a laugh, head over to Dripper Labs and watch the last episode. But apart from that, for me, it's just, it's all the same. There's just cranking along. What about you, Duchess? Have you finally finished backstocking yet?
Not completely. Only because, well, so yes and no. All right, let me answer this question a little bit better. Yes and no. Backstock for personal use, for anything that I'm personally selling, like myself. Yes, that one's done. However, because I'm also working on something else simultaneously, working on a bigger project. That one's taking me a little bit more time. Because I'm adding things to the menu and I don't have certain wire right now because I ran out. I have to make an order, so that put a delay in the process. However, I have kind of been contemplating. This isn't a thing where I'm saying that it's going to be opened right now, but I have kind of started to contemplate opening it back up right now, just to kind of hope some of that revenue come in, so I can get that wire a little bit quicker for people to sell what I do currently have built up. So I don't know. Keep your eyes out. Maybe this week I'll do something about it. Otherwise, if not, then there will definitely be an announcement in the next 2 weeks when we come back.
Awesome.
Wired. So
put that form up. Let people buy the coils, mate.
I'm working on a big fucking project that's taking me some time to do. So that, and because the person I'm trying to talk to never fucking answers his text messages, so it's taking me a while to get an answer. So
is it you, Adam?
No, it's not me.
That sounds like you, because you never answer your messages either.
Yeah, no, it takes me a bit of time.
Then he blames it on the app, saying it doesn't give him notifications.
Yeah.
Well, then I forget and just ask Jay.
But yeah, no, outside of that, that's me. If you do want to follow me anywhere to keep an eye out on what's going on, then you can always follow me over on IG. That's at Duchess_coils with an S, not a Z, because one, I know how to spell, and two, I'm not edgy. So outside of that, I want to give a big shout out to our show sponsor, Shake and Bake Media. Big love to Anthony Urmel and everyone over at Shake and Bake Media. If you do need anything multimedia wise, you can always head over to shakebakemedia.com, your one-stop shop for all things multimedia. That man will hook you up with anything you need, whether it's a still frame, you need an intro, you just need a small little video to prank your ex-girlfriend, whatever the fuck you need. I'll help you out with it, whatever.
Oh, God, a prank video from Anthony, and he loves dressing up too.
Yeah, exactly. So, you can always go hit him up. You can also follow him on IG. That's at Anthony, or rather, I'm _ Anthony Romella over on IG, or you can hit up at Shake and Bake Media over on IG as well. So you can follow him. I know he also has a new one. I think it's Oink Squad. You can always follow it on IG as well.
Yeah.
Got some new shit that he's also doing as well. So big love to him. And then an even bigger love for all of you guys for showing up for the show. We can't literally do this without you. So we appreciate you all showing up. So thank you so much for coming out for the show. We will be back again in another 2 weeks. Outside of that, either of you guys have anything additional you want to add?
I did want to say I'm working on adding series coils to the site, so be on the lookout for that. And I know they more or less announced it, but I am one of the fellow sponsors to Mass, and go check out their show. They do some fun stuff and talk about just the most random shit you could ever think of, which is very entertaining.
Yeah, that's going to be over on the Wee Baby Seamus YouTube channel. You can find that at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. So anyone who wants to go check that out or give the man a follow, then go do that, because these two fantastic human beings do sponsor that show now for Liquid Coils.
Yes, sir.
So outside of that, anything else? Anything we're missing? Oh, join the Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, join the Discord. What the fuck are you doing with your life if you're not part of the Discord?
Let me get that link. I will get the link for you. The link is invite people. Copy. Right. The link is in chat.
You made sure to check it, right?
Yep. Doesn't expire.
All right. Good. So if you do want to join the Discord and you want to come hang out with us, then you can always click the link that Adam did post. You can say hi, hang out with us and whatnot. It's not real active, though, to be honest. But we're trying to get better at it. We've just been real busy. So, feel free to stop by. Maybe we'll...
That's because Adam's busy with his actual Discord.
Yeah, maybe we'll...
I'm barely on that as well.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to find some time to do some hangs or do more...
Yeah.
For those that do, come out to show their love and everything else.
In the past, I've tried doing anime hangs.
Yeah, well,
I'm always down for that.
Whatever it is. So, again, we appreciate you guys all showing up for this. Much love to all of you guys. If that is it, then I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. In the words of Logan Exhales, I hope that your Monday is not too Monday for you. Just keep on vaping. We'll see you guys a little bit later. Black Rosy. Bye.